1, 2, check, check, 1, 2. Hi, my name is Jessica Lorenzana. You guys are watching Hella Artsy. My favorite creative medium, I think, at least at this stage of my life, are oil paintings, using oils. I also really love watercolor, but I love oils because of the nature in which you can manipulate them. It all started with Disney VHS cover boxes of, the movies, and trying to replicate those as a little teeny tiny little girl. My brother and I, Michael, we would just do that together. And I would get really into it. And I just learned that I like to use my hands for creating things. Creating has definitely been on the back burner for many, many years. And starting this year, I'm bringing it back into my life. And with that comes with discovering what my style is. I think it starts right now, at least, with getting myself in front of a canvas with a paintbrush, with the medium, and just starting there. Right now, I really gravitate towards abstracts, and I think I gravitate towards those because there's minimal stress. I don't pigeonhole myself. It allows me to just be in front of a canvas and do what I want without any self-pressure. So that's usually how it starts, but I love realism, and I'm always humbled by realism, and so combining the two gives me a lot of joy, sometimes frustration, but in the end, that ends up being a really fulfilling process for me. Each painting will connect in a different way. Sometimes when I just want to turn off because maybe life experiences are too much or I just need an outlet, that's where the abstract comes into play. When I just get in that zone where I need to just focus on something, that's where my love for realism comes into play. For this particular show, there's a couple pieces that played different roles in my life. The one painting that I have that is not for sale, for instance, was a piece that I did for myself. It's titled Worth It, and if you look at the piece, you'll notice on the outer edges there are a lot of abstract details, nuances, little gritty things that if you zoom in, it can kind of be a little stressful. That was meant to represent my life, leading up to a moment where I was finally going to do a painting for myself, and that's that painting. And so everything on the outside are like the hurdles, the battles, the stresses, getting through all the challenges, and when stepping away, seeing that all those things that contributed to your life come together to make this beautiful thing that's just made it all worth it. And that's why I call that piece Worth It. That was the first piece I did for myself after a really long hiatus of not painting anything, and that was in 2020. Yesterday was day one of East. It was exhilarating, it was exciting, it was a busy bee moment. There's definitely going to be a processing that's going to occur after this weekend where I want to really honor all the positive feelings that are coming from this weekend. Right now, I'm still kind of in the flurry of it. But so far it's been very exciting, and to see this entire vibe come together with the community, with friends coming in to help out, having you guys, the amazing DJs, bring this extra layer to this event. It's all just been a little surreal. So there's still some processing there. Ask me again at the end of the week. This one was one of those pieces where I mentioned earlier that I can sometimes pigeonhole myself, and I think that's just because I spent so much time not making art that when I do touch a canvas, I'm like, oh, it's gotta be perfect, or it's gotta be this exact concept that I have. And that can sometimes create a huge creative block. And so this piece was trying to step out of that and tell myself, just create. There's no agenda, paint what comes through. I think I've learned that I like to paint a lot of moody abstract pieces, and this was kind of part of that. I also painted this in the middle of the pandemic, and it was me just trying to get paintbrush to canvas again. And it was a really non-stressful way of me to just get to it again. So that's why I really love this piece. Yes. What I've learned through this whole process is if you want to do it and you want to make it happen, just do it. These past couple years have come with a lot of trials and tribulations. It's probably been the most difficult chunk of my life these past couple years. I've always wanted to be a part of East. I've been saying that for over 5 years. A dear friend of mine a year ago to the state named Rebecca O'Keefe, while at East Austin Studio Tours a year ago, when I told her that, she was like, well, let's make it happen and let's shake on it. And I was like, okay, let's shake on it. We shook. I think we even wrote it down to like make it official. So find some people in your life that can hold you accountable. Give yourself a goal and just start making baby steps to just do it. And yeah, like it came together. It's pretty crazy. It's one of the things I'm still processing. It's a positive emotion. Right now I have a website in the making. It's not active. So hopefully that's to come. But right now my Instagram handle is probably the best thing. It's at Jessidoo, and that's JESSSIDOO. Or my email address, j.lorenzana@gmail.com. Lorenzana is my last name.
That's it. Appreciate it. Thank you.
Cool. That was the right time because this is probably the peak of my energy today.